we're back in the studio. We're going to be talking with Kathleen Taylor about what's going on in the social work business today.
Yeah. Well, we're looking ahead already to 2017.
Oh boy, it's not too far away.
It's just around the corner. I know it's coming fast, but what we're doing is, Marcia Boyles and I do the show Vantage Point,
yes,
where we like to come up with topics of conversation that people, want to know more about. And so in preparation for next year, we have already done a couple of focus groups. And one of the topics that was of interest in both of the focus groups was the idea about what's coming in the future for CCRCs in general, but also Green Spring specifically. When thinking, all of the baby boomers are starting to kind of get at an age where they're going to be more interested in possibly coming to a community like Green Spring. So, and there was a lot of conversation about, in general, just people would like more information about
what is a CCRC?
Yeah,
right.
What is a CCRC, but also just looking into the future. So we're really excited because we have reached out to Leading Age, which is a huge organization. It actually, has within it about 6,000 different organizations, not-for-profit organizations that are focused on providing aging services in the country. And there's different locations, but there's actually one in DC. So I think how they advertise themselves as the trusted voice for aging in America.
Okay.
That's a huge responsibility.
It is.
But they do a lot of education, they do research, and they actually do a lot of advocacy to include going to legislature to advocate for different laws and policies that will impact people as they age. So they do a great job. So anyhow, we have been able to get Steve Magg, who is the director for residential services through Leading Age, and he's kind of their expert in talking about CCRCs and how aging services need to continue to change going into the future. So he is going to be coming February 3rd, so people will start getting the advertisements out and stuff, but he's going to be coming on the Vantage Point show, so Marcia and I are going to get a chance to interview him live and ask all the questions that we want to ask. And then he's going to be doing a presentation starting at 11 out in the community. Oh, good. And the theme is basically going to be the future of CCRCs, and just talking. I think I've looked at some of the information online that he has presented, and it really is just about talking about how things the expectations for CCRCs might be changing as you have a whole other group of people with the baby boomers that definitely have a lot of expectations about what they want to see. And so how the communities need to adjust. So it should be great.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be interesting. It's always good. I mean, we see ourselves in Green Spring, but there are a lot of CCRCs out there that we can gain knowledge from as well. So
I think those of us who are living here and aging in place get a little nervous sometimes when we hear about changes coming to CCRC. How is it going to affect me? Is it going to be around for me as I age, as I need it? What's going to happen? Yeah, exactly. And I actually saw a PowerPoint online when I was Googling, and that was one of the topics that he saw, was that the CCRCs that are in existence are strong, are doing well, and that there's actually growth in that industry as well. So I think that bodes well to answer that question for sure. Another interesting thing that I saw was that the Leading Age had actually done an initiative to come up with a different name for CCRCs, something that they felt would be more positive and affirmative for
the baby boomers,
baby
these
boomers.
discriminating baby boomers. And I don't know if it's one of these branding initiatives, but I think that they're proposing calling CCRCs life plan communities.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, as opposed to continuing care, because I think that they were arguing that the care, could
Throws
be
it into a
off-putting.
nursing home.
Right, right. That's exactly what they said. So I think that'll be a question that I'll ask him too, because I think that they just came out with that at the end of 2015. So I don't know what they've been doing in
There's some way we need to get
year.
rid of that stigma of a retirement community being labeled as a nursing home.
Right, right.
And it's very difficult to do.
Yes, it is. And I really think that that's exactly what they were addressing, was if you're going to be trying to reach out to this new group of people who, are never, what was that, like, don't trust anybody over 30, that
Right,
whole group is now is well over 30.
Yes.
But I think their thinking is, they're not getting old. So the idea that, aging is got to be sort of taking it away from the idea that it's sort of a straight shot to a nursing home, They're not going to buy into that at all.
Exactly.
So, so actually the leading age, I'm trying to remember what they have a new, they have a new vision for 2017 that I thought was pretty interesting. It's an America freed from ageism.
From ageism.
Ageism.
Very nice.
That's what they're trying to tackle next, which sounds pretty.
Because of the discriminations that are there.
Exactly, and the stereotypes and all of that. And I think that so with the continuing care retirement communities, that's something that they're also trying to get away from, is that stigma of aging as being, a nursing home kind of environment.
Right.
So it's kind of cool to think that people are thinking very strategically about that broadly, not just Greenspring, not just Erickson Living, but a huge initiative.
Right.
Because it's going to impact us all.
We need to come up with something beside, I don't know, retirement. I don't know. It is retirement, but is it, active living or whatever?
Yeah. I think it's just trying to, and people have so many different sort of stereotypes in their own head that you just don't know what words to use, because everybody's got their own little triggers that they don't like that word. So I think it's really hard to come up with the right one. I guess the life plan community sort of does address the fact that, you're planning for your future. That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah. And life does go on.
And life does go on.
Regardless of how old you get.
Yeah, exactly. But anyhow, so I think having Steve Mag here is going to be a great experience for us. And it's so nice being near DC that we do have access to a lot of these groups have homes in DC. So anyhow, so that's what we're thinking about for at least the beginning of 2017.
That's great. So what else is going on?
I think we're just trying to get through to the end of the year right now. There's a lot of, I was talking to somebody, it was like, it seems like it used to be that things would slow down at the end of the year, but it just doesn't sort of happen anymore.
No.
Things are ramping up. Yeah.
Well, with the holidays, it's always busy.
Yeah. But it's nice. It's great to walk around campus, and we saw Santa doing all of his decorating. It's really fun to walk around the community. I know it's officially the holiday season when the railroad and the little village comes up. I love that so much. I'm always so sad when it goes away.
Yeah. And when you look at the little railroad scene, there's always something new that catches my eye. The latest one was the little garbage can with the raccoons in it. Have you seen that?
No, I have to go look.
It's right in the front.
All right.
But it's one of those little tiny things.
Yeah. No, that's got to be fun. I love when I see people starting to put that together. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with us. We'll look forward to that.
That presentation. And we'll do a good job of advertising it so that everybody knows about it as well.
Okay. Very good. Let's see what kind of announcements we have. On our weekend Village in Motions on Saturday and Sunday from 9:30 to 12:30.